If you're a James Bond's lover, here are 10 cars you might see in the next Bond 26 movie. Let's take it from the 007 car, the super fancy Lotus Elise. The world saw Roger Moore's James Bond expertly drive a Lotus Elise into the Mediterranean Sea in the 1997 The Spy Who Loved Me movie. The production team made headlines when they got 6 identical Elise models directly from Lotus's Norfolk factory, each prepared for a different filming shot. And yes, this was the very car that could transform into a mini submarine. It was really odd that the movie was leaving its usual Aston Martin line, especially with director Lewis Gilbert specifically requesting a lightweight British sports car capable of performing on ice without excessive CGI assistance. Not so easy for an Aston Martin. For the film, Q Branch equipped the Lotus with surface-to-air missiles, mines, torpedoes, and a cement sprayer to chase off pursuers. The submarine conversion included 4 propellers powered by electric motors, with fins replacing wheels when underwater. The real-life submersible prop cost $100,000 to create, and that's around $493,000 in today's dollars. The last fully functional Elise, complete with all spy modifications, was auctioned at Christie's Film and Entertainment Sale in 2005 for $468,000. After it changed hands twice, the vehicle was purchased in 2018 by Elon Musk for something around $1.3 to $1.5 million. Musk keeps the car in his private collection in Austin, Texas, occasionally displaying it at some car events alongside his other movie vehicles. While filming Spectre in 2015, one of the 7 Jaguar CX75 stunt cars crashed into Lake Garda in Italy, when driver Terry Grant made a really wrong turn while practicing a chase sequence. This $1.5 million supercar, driven by villain Mr. Hinks, who was played by WWE's Dave Bautista in the film, had to be quickly recovered and repaired to keep production ongoing. The CX75 was originally made as Jaguar's so-called revolutionary hybrid hypercar, with 4 electric motors and microgas turbines. For Spectre, Williams Advanced Engineering built the stunt vehicles with modified 5.0-litre supercharged V8 engines, producing 550 horsepower. The exterior's orange paint was specifically chosen to contrast with Rome's ancient architecture. After filming wrapped, 6 of the stunt vehicles were returned to Jaguar Land Rover's collection, while one was auctioned for $1.25 million to a private collector in Dubai. Director Sam Mendes displayed the CEX75 in a nighttime chase through Rome, where Bond's Aston Martin DB5 and Hinks's Jaguar duel along the Tiber River. The scene required quite a lot of modifications to the CEX75, including a reinforced chassis, hydraulic handbrake systems, and specialized suspension tuned for the scene's drifting shots. The cabin used carbon fiber racing seats, a Formula 1-inspired steering wheel, and a custom communication system for Hinks to coordinate with Blofeld. In the center console area were hidden controls for flamethrowers and an ejection seat that were never actually used activated in the final cut. Next, the Dune Buggy. In the 2019 No Time to Die movie, stunt driver Mark Higgins performed a sick 25-foot jump with Bond's Dune Buggy in Matera, Italy, a shot that required 10 takes to perfect. The Buggy, a custom-built off-road machine, was also Daniel Craig's getaway vehicle in the Jamaica chase scene. Reminds me of the Beach Buggy game. The film's transportation coordinator, Neil Layton, got multiple custom buggies built on a tubular steel chassis, with a mid-mounted 2.3-liter engine sourced from Ford and producing 300 horsepower. The vehicle did pretty well in the film's early takes, where Bond, retired in Jamaica, is pursued by Spectre assassins through dense forest and along coastal roads. All thanks to its Fox Racing suspension and 13-inch tires, it was able to survive particularly deadly jumps and drifts seen on screen. The stripped-down interior, designed by Chris Corbold's special effects team, included marine-grade vinyl seats, a Sparco racing steering wheel, and a military-grade GPS navigation system. The dashboard had that about anything, including special buttons for a concealed weapons compartment and emergency oxygen supply. For a secret agent look, the team gave it a matte black exterior with subtle 007 branding. After production wrapped, 2 of the buggies were displayed at the Bond in Motion exhibition in London, while another was auctioned for $500,000 at Christie's, with proceeds to the Prince's Trust charity. Car number 4, the Jaguar XKR. On set of the 2002 Die Another Day movie, a Jaguar XKR stunt car went off the frozen lake in Iceland and began sinking through the ice, nearly taking stunt driver Jim Dowdall with it. The exact XKR used in the film was heavily modified from the standard production model, including the addition of a 4.2-liter supercharged engine that produced just 400 horsepower and was capable of speeds up to 155 miles per hour. Eon Productions got 4 custom XKRs for the film, each retrofitted with a Gatling gun behind the front grille, door-mounted missile launchers, and retractable mortars. We all remember the car's brilliant glow during the ice chase where Bond's Aston Martin Vanquish and Zhao's XKR engage in a deadly game of cat and mouse across the frozen Icelandic landscape. For this scene, the crew had to reinforce the car's chassis and install a specialized hydraulic handling system to maintain control on the slippery surface. Inside, the dashboard was modified with hidden weapon control panels, while the passenger side hid a targeting computer for the car's weaponry. The steering wheel also had specialized heating elements to keep the Cullinan cool even in the sub-zero filming conditions. For this exact Arctic chase, the team also had the exterior designed in a metallic green paintwork and summed with 20-inch wheels and specialized ice spike tires. Following production, 2 of the XKRs were kept by Jaguar for their collection. One was displayed at the Bond in Motion exhibition in London, and one was auctioned for $350,000 to a private collector in Germany. Next on our list is James Bond's BMW 750iL. In the 1997 Tomorrow Never Dies film, a stunt driver behind the 750iL from the vehicle's hidden floor compartment accidentally crashed into a wall when the remote control malfunctioned, causing around $35,000 in just seconds. This luxurious sedan, which required 2 whole days to be fixed up, was worth $92,000 and represented BMW's first major collaboration with the Bond franchise. And yeah, this was worth a $25 million product placement deal. The 750iL used a 5.4-liter engine, producing 322 horsepower, and was capable of accelerating with a top speed of 155 miles per hour. The film's version, developed by Q Branch, was actually Bond's most technologically advanced car to date, controlled entirely with his modified Ericsson mobile phone. The car's most memorable show occurs in a multi-story Hamburg parking garage where Bond, played by Pierce Brosnan now, remotely drives the vehicle from the back seat while evading assassins. Special effects coordinator Chris Corbould installed a secondary steering system beneath the floor, allowing stunt driver Roger Becker to control the car while being totally invisible to cameras. The interior, customized by BMW's Alan Cameron, had a dashboard with a wild missile guidance display disguised within the casual GPS navigation system. The back seat contained a hidden weapons compartment with all of Bond's guns, reinforced bulletproof paneling, and a fingerprint-secured safe for Bond's equipment. It's funny when you realize that the audio system was changed to a custom 14-speaker arrangement that was actually used to hide tear gas dispensers. The car's signature gadget was a cutting wire hidden in the BMW badge, and you might recall that it was used to slice through a rival's vehicle during the garage chase. After the film, 3 of the stunt cars were returned to BMW's museum in Munich, while one was auctioned at Bonhams in 2018 for $155,000. Car number 6, the Toyota Convertible. To be fair, I never actually knew Bond drove a Toyota, and believe me, this wasn't just any Toyota. In the 1967 movie, producers saw a big issue when they discovered Sean Connery's 6 feet 2 inches frame couldn't fit in the ultra-low Toyota 2000 GT Coupe. Toyota heard and responded by custom building 2 convertible versions in just 2 weeks, creating cars that never officially existed in Toyota's production line. These 2 custom cars became the first Japanese cars to appear in a Bond film, and today, both are worth past $160,000. The film's vehicles didn't have Toyota's trademark plexiglass headlight covers, but had custom white wall tires and wire wheels selected by production designer Ken Adam. The cars were used during the coastal road scene, where Bond's Japanese ally Aki, played by Akiko Wakabayashi, drives him through Tokyo, while running away from Spectre assassins. The 2000 GT used a 2.0-liter engine that produced 150 horsepower, and was designed by Yamaha. The interior, designed by Toyota's Satoru Nozaki, had a dashboard with an aircraft-inspired instrument plan, with a prominent tachometer and 160-mile-an-hour speedometer. For filming purposes, the standard radio was replaced with a mock communications device with a direct line to Tiger Tanaka's headquarters, while the passenger side had a hidden compartment for Bond's Walther PPK. So what happened to these cars? Well, after the movie got out, one was displayed in Toyota's company museum in Japan, while the other was bought by a private collector in Maine for an estimated $1.2 million. In 2013, the surviving convertible underwent a complete restoration before being revealed at the Toyota 75th Anniversary Exhibition. Now, let's talk about James Bond's Aston Martin series, and for the first one, the Vanquish. Bond's Vanquish runs on a powerful 5.9-liter V12 engine producing 460 horsepower, capable of accelerating to 60 in 4.7 seconds with a top speed of 190. The film's version, also developed by Q Branch, used tiny cameras on all sides that projected images captured from one side onto the opposite side, rendering the car invisible to the human eye. While filming the 2002 Die Another Day, one of the Vanquish stunt cars slid off an icy Norwegian track and fell into a frozen lake. It was damaged way beyond repair, and the $250,000 vehicle just had to be replaced. The vehicle was used during the ice chase sequence in Iceland, where Bond's invisible Vanquish duels with Zhao's weaponized Jaguar XKR around an ice palace. Special effects coordinator Chris Corbold had to make sure to install specialized spiked tires and modify the suspension for stability on ice. The car could be started with just a fingerprint, thanks to the fingerprint recognition ignition system on the dashboard. It was also equipped with advanced targeting displays for the car's weaponry, and the center console had controls for the ejector seat, rockets, and machine guns. Even the passenger side contained an emergency medical kit with a defibrillator. The exterior still maintained the lines of Callum's original design, though with reinforced body panels, retractable titanium armor, and hood-mounted target-seeking shotguns. The car's magic gadget, the adaptive camouflage, required over $1.5 million worth in CGI effects to achieve the invisibility effect on screen. Of the 7 Vanquishes used in the film, 3 were later returned to Aston Martin's Heritage Collection, while one vehicle was auctioned at Christie's in 2003 for $310,000. In 1997, a silver Aston Martin DB5 somehow disappeared from a Florida airport hangar. Interestingly though, this stolen car was one of the original Bond DB5s used in the 1964 Goldfinger and 1965 Thunderball. The FBI recovered it years later, but the whole story of the heist wasn't exactly clear. Q Branch had turned the DB5 into a weapon for the movie, upping the car's 4-liter engine just a bit, enough to produce 282 horsepower and a top speed of 145 miles per hour. They also added revolving license plates, a bulletproof rear shield, tire slashers behind the wheel hubs, and the ejector seat that was activated by a hidden red button under the gear shift. Inside, the dashboard was given a radar tracker screen, while the gear knob hid a switch for smoke screens and oil slicks. The car's gauges were modified to display weapon status, and the glove compartment has a hidden machine gun. Even the armrest of the passenger seat had a hidden missile control panel. In the film, Bond outmaneuvers pursuers with his gadgets, including using a rear-facing flamethrower. Besides showing up in the Thunderball and Goldfinger films, it also appeared in the 2012 Skyfall, and in the 2021 No Time to Die. Next is the Valhalla. In 2021, Aston Martin rolled out the Valhalla at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, teasing its appearance in No Time to Die. And yep, they weren't lying. For the 2021 movie, the Valhalla was modified with reinforced armor and a weapons interface, though its most impressive feature was its hybrid tech. Even if it only appeared briefly in the movie, the car did make it to being one of the classics used for the franchise. The car's mid-mounted 4-liter V8, paired with an electric motor, delivered around 937 horsepower and launched to 60 in 2.5 seconds at a top speed of 217 miles per hour. Inside, the car had an Alcantara-wrapped steering wheel, inspired by Aston Martin's F1 car, with touch-sensitive controls for the infotainment system. A central touchscreen showed performance states, while a secondary screen was used as a 360-degree camera view. Only 999 units of the Valhalla were produced generally, with each priced at around $800,000 each. While none were auctioned or given out as screen-used models, we might expect them to pop up in a future James Bond movie. And finally, the last car on our list, the DB10. In 2015, during filming for Spectre, one of the DB10 cars built for the movie was nearly destroyed in a high-speed chase through Rome. The stunt driver lost control at 70 on the mark, sending the car into a barrier. Funny how the car was actually created specifically for Spectre, to celebrate 50 years of Bond and Aston Martin's partnership since the DB5 in the Goldfinger movie. Only 10 DB10s were ever built by Aston Martin's Gaydon team, with 8 used in the film. In Spectre, Q hands Bond the keys, hinting at its hidden gadgets before 009 is assigned the car instead. Naturally, Bond borrows it, leading to a chase through Rome's streets. The DB10 outmaneuvers assassin Mr. Hinks, bringing out flamethrowers from its rear before Bond ejects, sending the car into the Tiber River. Besides the DB10's 4.7-liter V8 engine, the car had some real tech magic. The interior had a hand-stitched leather cockpit, a bespoke infotainment system with a high-end Bang & Olufsen sound system, and a digital dashboard displaying weapon status and navigation. The steering wheel had controls for its gadgets, including smoke screens and ejector seat activation. Externally, the car had a carbon fiber body, adaptive headlights, reinforced armor plating, and rear-mounted flamethrowers. Though never sold publicly, one DB10 was auctioned for charity. If you liked this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so we can update you on all our upcoming content. Also, comment what celebrity car collection you want us to do next. We'll catch you in the next one.